Well, taking a step back and looking at the broader market, we are looking at a mixed picture. The Dow right around a record. NASDAQ, though, and S&P continues to be trading in the red. We want to bring in Jared Blikre for a look at some of the names that he's watching into the close. And Jared, what do you have your eye on?
Well, you talked about those Warren Buffett stocks bought by Berkshire Hathaway, only disclosed yesterday, but happened during the first quarter. Guess what? The Buffett effect is in full effect. Verizon, our parent company, up over 5% on news that of the stake initiation. Chevron, that's up 3%. In fact, the entire energy sector was bid, even when crude oil was slightly down this morning. Also getting into the pharmaceutical space and increasing investments there. Some buying in AbbVie, that's up 2% today. Bristol Myers Squibb's 1.9%. Merck, another 2% here. And guess what he's selling? Apple. And it's not a lot. It's just a little bit. By far his biggest stake. But just the news that Berkshire Hathaway was dumping a little bit, trimming a little bit of this position. Apple down 2%. I do want to look at a longer-term chart here of Apple because I think something interesting is going on here. Here's a 3-month look. And you can see that we are now breaking this neckline. And also, I would note that we're below the 50-day moving average just now. So if we put the 50-day moving average on here, could be a sign of things to come. You don't want to see Apple breaking down when it's still the biggest public company in the world. Also taking a look at the broader market here. Now, we began the day largely in the red. We've seen stocks, especially the Dow, really surge to record highs now. Some of the NASDAQ and other indices like the S&P 500 are lagging, but check out what's happening in the crypto space. Really interesting that we see Bitcoin and Ethereum up on days when we have the US dollar surging and gold sinking, as you noted, Shauna.
Hey, Jared, it's Adam. I'm curious. We're going to hear a lot more from Roaring Kitty, which sounds like a Bond girl from the 1960s, but is actually a trader named Keith Gill, and it has to do with the lawsuit and the GameStop. All of this news breaking before the hearing tomorrow.
Yeah, lots of breaking news here. And we just got the prepared testimony of some of the people who are going to be at that hearing. But back to this lawsuit that was filed in federal court in Massachusetts. It's supposed to be, or I guess the goal is to be a class action lawsuit that has to be decided by the judge. But this is probably one of the first of many lawsuits, not the first, because we've already seen some other lawsuits against brokers. It's going to be one of many lawsuits that we're seeing here. Allegations against Keith Gill here is that he purported to be or represented himself to be a retail investor when in fact he is a licensed professional. We'll have to see how that plays out in court, but I think there are going to be some pointed questions in tomorrow's hearing on that.
All right, Jared Blikre, thanks so much.